Alright, I'm making another one here just to show exactly what it is. So this is it. Alright, now right now sitting, it sits about 6 inches compressed. Right, so for the lowrider guys, you can see on the bottom there's a piece of plywood. You don't need to do that probably, and those bars are a little bit crooked, but that's my amazing. Anyways, we're not going to talk about welding skills. So anyways, put a big piece of plywood, put 2 bars, and then you can see the 1 bar to keep them separated because you need room for the airline to go through. And then on this side, what I did is just put a little bit of round stock at the bottom to keep it separated as well. And then on each side, right there, I think it was about a 4 or 5 inch pipe, and I just cut off a chunk about 1 inch and then cut it in half and then welded it to the stock. Right? Now the airbag comes with 2 bolts sticking out of the bottom and 2 bolts sticking out of the top. So I put on that piece of pipe right there, on the bottom there's a piece of plate that's welded, and I just drilled a hole, or on the top it's welded, there's a piece of plate, and I drilled a hole, so I bolted it down and then ground off the excess. And just for extra, I screwed in some sheet screws. You can kind of see that right in there. Just 4 holes, and then so I could put the piece of plywood on so it just slides on the floor and makes it even more stable. On the top, same thing, there's bolts sticking out, so I took 2 pieces of plywood. This piece of plywood at the bottom is bolted down, and the top one is just screwed to this piece of plywood. And then on top, I took a big piece of rubber. It's off this, I had these belts kicking around from a mill, like a big piece of machinery. And so I just cut out a chunk and then screwed it down so it's nice and grippy. But so anyways, it's sitting at around 6.5 inches, I think, right now, roughly. I figure if you wanted to, you could probably do 4 inches, 4.5 inches. What I would do is maybe make a little bit wider bottom base with the metal, and then don't put the plywood. And then the top to, I just remove it completely, grind off the 2 bolts, and then I'd probably glue a piece of rubber or something sticky, like even an inner tube, just something so it's not going to be metal on metal and it'll slide. But anyways, there it is right there. Yeah, it works. Take it easy.